Duffhead, did you pick up my suit from the dry cleaners for the cup final? Well, don't forget, mate. Hello? Oh, hi, Tommy Williamson. No, you can't play the cup final. You know that, mate. You're not a wag. You've played every game since Christmas. There are no more games for you to play in, mate. No, I haven't broken my promise. Would you like me to schedule you some friendlies to play in? A transfer request? That seems a bit extreme. Tommy? Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 13, Episode 14 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we finish off the season with the Cup Final against Connah's Quay. We're also going to have our end of season awards as well as our goal of the season competition. So a lot to look forward to today. But we start with some bad news, and that is that Tommy Williamson has officially requested to leave us. He wants more first team football. I've promised him more first team football. I gave him more first team football. I don't know what else I could have done. He played every league game since, I think, Christmas. He's played more games for us than he's ever played before, and he wasn't happy with that. So I don't know what to do. I can't play him in games that don't exist. So he's not a wag, so I couldn't play him in cup games. So yeah, he may well be leaving us. He's got 2 years left on his contract, so we're not tied to ransom in that sense. But if we get a big enough bid, we'll probably sell him. To be honest, we could maybe do a little bit better, maybe mentally, with players now anyway. So we'll see what happens, but that's a big shame because I do like Tommy Williamson. He was our first real big signing, wasn't he, when he came to us from Arsenal? So, yeah, that's a shame, but we'll wait and see what happens on that front. Now, you can see we got a bid in from Saudi Arabia. Never going to happen. If we put our Wales hats back on for a second, we did get the Nations League draw. We're in Group B, and we've got Czech Republic, Georgia, and Poland. So I think that's it's doable, definitely doable, and we'll see we're the top ranked team in the group. But finally, we'll be able to sort of test ourselves and try some things out. We've also had a couple of friendlies scheduled now as well. So it was a bit of a shame last episode, but I'm looking forward now to actually sort of properly getting ourselves into the job and seeing if we can get ourselves up into the A group, which I think has to be the goal looking at that group. Now, a couple of other things to catch you up on, that is Penis Initiative signings. There obviously was the new youth intake, and we've gone back to Barry Town. Apparently have a very, very good youth system because we've signed 2 more of their youngsters. First up is Dean Parry, a good young left back. The scouts, if we have a quick look at the scouting report, scouts rate him a 2, potentially 3-star player. So he's going to come in at the end of the season, 100 grand plus 50% of the next sale, the usual deal. Promising fullback, so that's excellent. We'll hopefully develop him nicely. And the other one that's coming in is Dave Jones. Again, 100 grand going to who are they called? Barry Town. Decent passing, decent vision, just a lot of 8s and 9s in here. I think potentially, again, he could be quite good. The scout report, again, says a 2, maybe 2.5-star player. I don't know. I think he could be a little bit better than that again. So if all goes well for Barry Town, they could find themselves with a lot of money in the bank just because we're poaching away their youngsters from them. And of course, a reminder that we do have Quay coming for next season as well from Benfica. A little bit more for him. 5 million going up to 13. Now, let's round up the league season before we get to this cup final. There is, I think, 4 or 5 games to catch you up on since last episode. At the time, we were still invincible. So let's go have a look and see how the invincibility season ended up potentially. We start off with FM20. Sam York smashed us into the lead. We went 2-0 up when Sean Davis's saved shot fell for McMire. And Sean Davis headed in our third in stoppage time. So you can see here, just too good for them. York, McMire and Davies with the goals. We absolutely dominated the game. The player ratings tell the story. And yeah, just a really, really good performance from us this one. We did give a start to Davies in midfield. Again, looks a very, very good player. I'm going to have to be brutal, I think, with Wags this summer and make sure we're clearing out players that aren't going to quite make it for us. We almost have too many Wags right now, if that's such a thing. Next up, it was the Welsh Cup semi-final against Bengal City. We're in the final, so that tells you the result, but let's see how the performance was. Jason Isaac gave us an early lead, and Ewan Dixon's great solid effort secured our place in the final. So we were just too good for them, but ultimately Isaac got the start. Allmark, of course, has been injured, so Isaac got the start in this one, did quite well. Ewan Dixon, a wonderful, wonderful goal from him to wrap it up for us. So it was comfortable, if not outstanding, but we were the deserved winners. And the next game, back in the league, there was 3 games to go for another invincible season. This time we played the New Saints. Tommy Williamson got the only goal from the spot. So we were, I'm going to say, poor in this one. We couldn't score a goal to save it. Well, we could score a goal, but you know what I mean. We were quite poor. Williamson got the penalty. We did deserve to win. We were the better team, but I mean, it's one of those that could easily have had something go in the other end, and yeah, would have cost us our record here. But we did get the job done against them. Next up, it was another match against Bengal City. Obviously, this time it was in the league. Juan Arias got his first Bala goal, and Denny Gami quickly added a second. Noster picked out Marcus Wade to make it 3-0, but Bengal pulled one back before half-time. Ben Evans got our 4th after the break, before Wade and Fomin combined on the break for our 5th. And Fomin crossed for Gareth Smith to get our 6th. So that was more like it. 6 goal scorers as well in the 6 goal performance. Arias with his first goal for the club. Denny Gami, Marcus Wade, Ben Evans, Follow Me, and Gareth Smith. Of course, Gareth Smith is another of the wags that's come in from the Penis Initiative. And I keep saying he could potentially, with those physical attributes, be the new Marcus Wade. Though he's not quite as good technically as Marcus is. But really, really good performance this one. Allmark came back from injury, then promptly picked up another injury. So that's a shame for him. Anyone else there of note? I don't think so. So let's have a look at the final game of the season. It was against Aberystwyth Town. Were we going for a 3rd or 4th? How many seasons it is now of invincibility? Let's see how the game went. So yeah, we are invincible, but to be honest, this was as close as we've come this season, I'd say, or any season, to losing the record. We were poor. We were really, really poor. It wasn't necessarily the strongest team. We gave a debut to one of the young fullbacks, Dewey Moore, who looks potentially quite good. But, I mean, he's come through our academy, but he didn't have a great game. We gave Ab Gareth a start, didn't do too much for us. We gave Burgess a start, again, didn't really, I mean, he's not match sharp, but just didn't really do too much. But ultimately, we got the draw, and we do finish the season undefeated yet again. Although we dropped 4 games this season, which is obviously not ideal. But 88 points, 94 plus 94 goal difference. You can see Cavan Druids have come second. FN Lido down. You can see there the New Saints in 5th, which has got to be their worst performance in the league for a very, very long time. Haversford West and Connah are the 2 that dropped down. If you have a quick look, I think the other divisions are done. It's Clendundo that come back up. They ran away with the league in the end there, 6 points clear. And if we go to the south, it was Carmarthen Town. So 2 familiar names that are coming back up for next season. We'll wait and see if any of them turn professional for next season, but hopefully they do. We want as many professional teams in the league as we can. So that all brings us to the Cup Final. And this is what we're looking at. We are the favourites for this one. They do have Cameron Banks, of course, who is on loan from us, so he's not available. And John Gurke is out as well with concussion. So that's sort of the injury update coming into this one. We are the favourites, as you would expect. Adam Davis is their manager. He's a really good manager, isn't he? Especially for this level. And of course, Quay are a professional team as well. They're a balanced, direct style of play. We're expecting this sort of formation, obviously, minus Banks, who obviously can't play. Faulkner is formerly of our team. He was someone, if you remember, I did try to retrain as a left winger and then gave up. I don't think there's any other names there I recognise. You can see they do like to attack through the middle. We'll see that there, a little bit narrow. Passing network and key passes are there as well. Not afraid to go long, which is a little bit of a concern. And let's have a quick look at the team that we're sending out to hopefully win this final. So it's Burgess in goal. It's Robson, KDH, Ben Evans and Griffith McMenemy as the back 4. It's Buckley and Gami in midfield. It's Wade, Dixon and Davies. It's Isaac, the youngster, going up top. It's Gordon, Smith, York, Evans and Ap Gareth on the bench. Let's go. I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist here at Eugene Cross Park, ahead of the Welsh Cup Final between Connah's Quay and Bala Town. Now, Aussie Villains men will be looking forward to this one, having completely forgotten to show up for the Welsh League Cup Final earlier this season. So here we go. They have gone a little bit more defensive without Banks in their lineup. So that is, I'm sure they're going to be parking the bus, aren't they? Hopefully we'll be able to get down the outsides of them and not choke like we did in that bloody Welsh League Cup final. Gomez says, go out there, prove a point. You've been on a good run lately, boys. Just go out there and impress me. It's a cup final. It's a chance for a treble. Let's see if we can do it. And here we go. Here we go. It is... I mean, I'd be a lot more confident if we hadn't choked in the Welsh League Cup final against Connah. It was a bit sad to see Connah get relegated, actually. It sort of adds a little bit more salt into the wound of that League Cup final, to be honest. Here we go with Sean Davis. He gets it back for Jaume to Dixon. It could be the last time the likes of, well, Wade for sure, Jaume, we wouldn't still Dixon. Oh, off the crossbar. Even Sean Davis, perhaps. These guys, we might need to look at cashing in on them, moving them on, so that we can sort of bring the next batch of wags through. Ewan Burgess claims that nicely. And then gets it forward quickly. He's found Sean Davis out there. Now we know he's quick. Can he get down the outside? Can he pull a cross back? He'll go himself. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. And, well, that ends the highlight. Let's give it a get creative. I think we saw in the League Cup final, the first goal could be very important for us because we fell behind in that one and we looked quite nervous, if I remember correctly. We didn't look like we were going to score a goal anytime soon. So, as I said, it could be one where if we can get the first goal, we settle in and we could run away with it. But if we don't, then, yeah, it could get a little bit more difficult for us. They've started to play with more width. Now, does that mean we have a little bit more space through the middle of the park? There's Jaume. He'll find it if it's there. Ball over the top. Headed away. Sean Davis tries to get back. Can he win the ball? No, he can't. Faulkner gets it wide. Parnell goes past, Jesus Christ, he goes past Griffin McMenemy like he's not even there. And KDH with a crucial intervention there. Almost 1-0 down again. Are we going to have some sort of incredible choke season in domestic cup finals? Now, if we were to lose this, it would mean Connah's Quay, I think, would make Europe, would they not? So that could be a good thing, given that they're a professional team. They'll get sort of money for that. So if we're looking for a sort of a silver lining to a potential loss, which hasn't obviously happened yet, that might be it. Here we go with Sean Davis. Can he find a finish this time? No, he cannot. And we look nervous in front of goal, don't we? No pressure, boys. No pressure. Marcus Wade is looking nervous. What can we do? It just looks like a game that needs a goal, doesn't it? And I do worry a little bit that the team that doesn't score it, so if it's not us, might find themselves really struggling for composure. There's a good ball out to find Griffin McMenemy. Back for Jaume. To Dixon. Back to Jaume. There's another good ball out to find Griffin McMenemy. For Wade. Back to Griffin McMenemy. Cross to the back post. Sean Davis is there. And Sean Davis gets his 6th of the season. If it is to be his final game in a Bala Town shirt, he has been a wonderful, wonderful servant. We'll tell them to demand a little bit more. They don't usually react well to being told to concentrate. But we did. We worked it well in wide areas. Sean Davis comes in. A planted header in the back of the net. Right before half-time, it's 1-0. And let's hope that's enough to get us across the line. It's not been a great first half, has it? What do we say to that? Boys, assertively, don't get complacent out there. Let's leave it at that. Isaac's not having the best game up front. Now, what we could do is take him off, put Wade up front, even though he's looking nervous, which isn't ideal, and then bring Ap Gareth on to play down that right-hand side, though Wade's not having the best game either. Let's try exploit the flanks. Let's see if that works for us at all. The other thing we might try is just pinging it around a little bit. We'll take off the looking for overlaps and see if that helps us at all. We'll try a calm down. And, well, that's worked a little bit, but not particularly. All right, Isaac is just not having a good game. So let's get Ap Gareth on and see what the great man can do for us. We know that he tends to score when he plays in these WAG games. Here we go, Dixon with a corner. It's a decent one. It's there for Sean Davis, and Sean Davis has snuck a header past the goalkeeper. It's 2-0, and that now should be that. 2-0 to Bala Town, and Connah's Quay, they'll be desperately disappointed with that, won't they? I'm imagining it's sort of like us when we play in Europe. You expect to lose, you don't want to concede from set pieces, and you certainly don't want to concede goals like that your goalkeeper wishes he has back, Sultani, against Manchester City. Here we go, 5 minutes to play. If they were to get a goal back now, it would just be a little bit nervy for us. Sean Davis is, of course, on a hat-trick now as well. Let me know your opinions as well as to what we do with some of these, I guess, long-standing wags now, the players, especially the ones that haven't come through our academy, like Sean Davis, Denny Garmy, and Marcus Wade. Denny Garmy and Marcus Wade, we have to try and sell them. Same with Robson as well, because they have that 50% sell-on. Sean Davis sort of predated the Penis Initiative, and it's a golden opportunity for his hat-trick, and he's blasted it over the bar. So he's a little bit of a different situation, so maybe he's someone that we could look to keep. But there it is, we have won the Welsh Cup Final. Aussie, well done, mate. Another Welsh Cup. Oh, thanks, Chaz. Yeah, I'm happy with the result. Another trophy, of course, is always nice. I'm delighted for Sean Davis to get the goals. He's earned that this season. Hasn't maybe had his best year, but very, very loyal player for us. And I'm happy for the fans as well. Hopefully this goes some way towards repaying them for the shit show that was the League Cup disappointment. So a Sean Davis double gets the job done for us. And the problem is, where would he go? Would we get that much money for him? He's maybe still useful for us, so maybe we do look to hang on to him. But anyway, well done, boys. That's very nicely done, and a nice way to end the season as well. So Bala Town lift the Welsh Cup. I wouldn't say it's a famous treble, but it is a treble. Sean Davis is the hero on the day. 113 grand. Medals for the winners. There we go. The select group of wags that have picked up a winner's medal there. A true Bala legend. That's very nice of you, Mr. Sears, but it still doesn't take away the fact that you went to the New Saints. We've absolutely dominated the Welsh Cup of recent times. Classy Davis on target. Well done, mate. Excellent stuff from you. And there we go. Parish is the Kefin Jewels manager's looking at a few of our boys. You're going to have to pay big money to get them. We've paid out double what we got in from prize money for winning that thing. There's the review of the Welsh Cup as well. Ewan Dixon, top assist scorer. So well done to him. Guys, that's it for the season on the field. Wait right there, though. We'll be back with our end of season awards, and we'll see who you guys voted as your player of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Bala Town end of season awards. Thank you everybody. Wow, thank you so much for coming out. And what a season that was. Disappointment for one of the domestic trophies, but we retained the Iron Brew, undefeated in the league, back in the knockout rounds of the Champions League. Successful season in my books, I think. So I think the best way to start the evening is to thank the players for their efforts with a big hearty round of applause. Well done, boys, well done. The first award tonight is the Golden Pen, awarded to this season's signing of the season. And, well, you can't beat value for money, and you don't get much better value for money than a free transfer. So this season's Golden Pen goes to Alexi Faumine. The next award is the Golden Card, awarded to the player with the worst discipline this season. And we don't always get impressive numbers for this award, but this season we did. The winner with 9 yellows is Filippo Ballarini. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player with the best pass completion. And this guy, he's made this award his own. He's the goalkeeper, a 95% pass completion. The winner is Mladen Tanaskovic. The next award is the Golden Spoon, awarded to the man who feeds the strikers, the player with the most assists. And this guy has defended this trophy from last season. A few less assists, 15 he got this season, but the winner it's Marcus Wade. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the man that we can rely on, the player with the highest average match rating. And again, this man has defended this trophy from last year. An average match rating of 7.82. That man is Marcus Wade. The next award is the Golden Soother, awarded to the baby of the team, this season's best young player. And again, this guy has defended the trophy from last season. He's 24 now. It is the last time he's eligible. And the Golden Soother goes to, get back up here yet again, 3 in a row, Marcus Wade. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded of course to this season's top goal scorer. And we haven't seen this guy up here for a couple of years winning this award, but it's good to have him back. 21 goals this season. The Golden Boot goes to... It's Damien Allmark. The next award is not given out every season. It's the Coaches Award to commemorate exceptional events. And I think we can all agree we saw that this season. It was the first leg of the Champions League first knockout round. It was 8 minutes of madness. One me, you are a disgrace. The next award is one that does mean a lot to the players. It is the Viewers Player of the Year, as voted by you watching at home on YouTube. And this season we had 4 very, very good nominees. And would you believe we have, for the first time in history, joint winners. Both with 33% of the vote. The winners are Harry Montgomery and Toney. So it's almost time to announce the big one for Player of the Year, but before we get to that, we do need to acknowledge this season's Team of the Year. If you just direct your eyes up to the screen, you will see that the goalkeeper is Sultani. The back 4 is Montgomery, Ben Evans, KDH, and Nooster, the young Dutch right back there. The midfield is Bono. Bono didn't play in midfield all season. Who's picking this team? It's disgraceful. Bono's in midfield with Denny Gami. The number 10 is Tommy Williamson. Please stay, mate. You will play games, I promise. The left side winger is Fomin. The right side winger is Marcus Wade. And the striker, as is the case every season, is Damien Allmark. Well done, boys. You've all had great seasons. And now it is time to award the big one, the Golden Star for this season's Bala Town Player of the Season. And there was so many players. I think we had, any number of probably 20 players, to be honest, that were consistently performing well for us all season. But this guy does just tend to stick his head above everybody else. With 74% of the vote, the Golden All-Star goes to Marcus Wade. So there we go. That is the end of the awards. Congratulations to Marcus and the rest of the winners. I look forward to next season. It's going to be a big, big summer. I've heard rumours of a transfer budget of in excess of £50 million and a wage budget over 800 grand a week. So we're going to have money to spend, and hopefully we'll be able to spend it and spend it well and go a little bit further maybe in Europe next season. But that does bring us to the end of tonight. Thank you to everybody in the auditorium. Thank you for you watching at home. And I look forward to seeing you all back again next season. Enjoy your night, everybody. So there we go, end of season awards done for another season, and congratulations to Marcus Wade, who has, cleaned up again at the end of season awards. 74% of the vote gave him player of the season ahead of Tommy Williamson and Denny Gami. We'll come back to goal of the season in just a second, but the Armenians' goal, one of them against Napoli, won that. But as I said, we'll come back to that in just a second. Signing of the season was Alexi Faumine, a free transfer from St.Etienne. I think you can't say he wasn't value for money, can you? Marcus Wade wins Young Player of the Year at the age of 24. You can see the Team of the Year there. Bono in the centre of midfield, where I don't think he played once, is an interesting decision. And I would have maybe gone with Ballarini at right back. But otherwise, it's difficult to... the centre-backs you could maybe argue, but it's done mostly off the league, this, isn't it? So there we go. Allmark, top goal scorer. Good to see him back in the Golden Boot as well. So a good season for him. I had to basically go and take the average rating out of the squad screen, so that went to Marcus Wade. He also won the assists. Tanaskovic was the best pass completion. Marcus Wade won Man of the Match award. Not an award we give it on the night, as we know, but got the job done there. And Ballarini, 9 yellow cards. He worked hard for it, but he got there in the end, ahead of Wan Mi and Denny Gami. Of course, Wan Mi's red card against Manchester City. One of many things in that game that earned him the Coaches Award for the horse's ass. So there we go. That is how the end of a season awards shaped up. Season review. First knockout round of the Champions League is fairly good, isn't it? We won everything domestically except for that final against Connah in the League Cup. Match of the season, just a small win over Bengal City there, 9-1. I think that was Allmark got 5 or 6 in that one, didn't he? A 2-2 draw against Barry Town was a moment to forget. Average attendance, we're creeping up. 522%, 17% full now is our average attendance. 50 players used. Now, it's the highest in the league. It's the Aussie Villain Award, and it might even be an Aussie Villain record. 50 players used in a season. That is, it's bordering on the ridiculous, really, isn't it? Where are they now, players? I'll leave that there if you want to have a quick look. You can kind of see the 2023 squad, what's happened to a lot of them. Club vision, meeting and expectations, we'll just accept that because it's basically win everything, isn't it? We don't really have too much we can argue with. Squad dynamics, we can see there, Ewan Dixon, Allmark and Tanaskovic are still the team leaders, and I'm expecting all of them to still be around next season. End of season team meeting, it's just going to be basically do it again. We'll do that off camera. There is the injury reports for the season. We have our end of season break. We'll worry about that off camera, and you can see that now youth facilities, they have been downgraded, but we're going again, so that's not a problem at all in the world. They will be back up to state of the art before we know it. Now I do just need to quickly say before we go back and actually want to have a look at this, didn't we, the squad information. There probably won't be an episode tomorrow. I might try and squeeze something out, so to speak, but I'm working on the principle that there won't be anything tomorrow, because I need to do the summer transfer special, but I have an idea for a sort of a special episode, but we'll wait and see what happens. So work on the principles. I said no episode tomorrow, but back with a summer transfer special on Friday. Most games played, KDH, Tommy Williamson, he played the most games when you take into account subs appearances of anybody in the squad, and he's still not happy. Unbelievable. Ballarini's up there, Buckley, Robson as well, played a lot of games for us this year. If we have a quick scroll down to guys we didn't use, and I mean, there wasn't that many players we didn't use, a couple of youngsters perhaps, but yeah, I mean, there's some of the wags down here, the Welsh players down here are the ones we're going to have to look to move on, I think, just to, clear the way for the next group to come through, the younger players. Goals, obviously Allmark led the way. Big Mac had a good season with 17. Freshie had a better year with 15 from 18 starts, although he did get quite a few in the league. Marcus Wade's up there. Is he just still wanted by MLS? Stoke. We might need to move him on to get FM20 that cash. Tommy Williamson had a few goals, and you can see there everybody that got the multiple goals. Assist side of things, Marcus Wade led the way. Yamaguchi was right up there, as was Ballarini, Dixon, Williamson, and so on and so forth. You can see everybody there. And average match ratings, we know that Wade led the way. Denny Gami was right up there as well. Ben Evans. And we can kind of, again, scroll down and see. I mean, look at all those players averaging above 7. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. All the way down there to the few that didn't quite get above 7. But that, of course, brings us now to the goal of the season competition. Now, the way this works, similar to voting for the Viewers Player of the Year, there'll be a link at the top of the description. Go down and vote for that. It'll be the Armenian's goal plus 3 others I deem worthy of goal this season. Let me tell you, when I was putting this together, we have scored some belting goals this season. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So there's 3 others that I've deemed worthy of goal of the season. But we'll start with having a quick look back at some of the honourable mentions. I tell you what, in other seasons, some of these honourable mentions may have won goal of the season. So enjoy that. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thumbs up if you have. Subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back next episode for a summer transfer special as we look to see if we can kick this team on yet again and maybe get past that last 16 of the Champions League. Take care. And here are our top 4 goals from the 31-32 season. Don't forget to vote for your favourite.